Good evening, sports fans, connoisseurs of the vulcanized rubber. Welcome to week 8, the 8th show in the season of Bourbon and Boarding.
Yep.
At the earlier time of, we'll say 9:15 p.m. We kept you waiting because that's what us big shows do, is it not, Brahma?
That is what we do. I'm learning from Comics Division and everybody else.
That's right.
You can't go live on time. That's just
right.
wrong.
I know. Who does that? What kind of perverted, twisted person would go live at the appointed time that everyone expects them to? And who
like
would
having
dare?
An appointment at the doctor. It never goes off at that time.
That's right. And indeed, in things like promoting your show on somebody's stream, never, ever, ever do that.
Exactly.
So these are the unwritten rules of YouTube and Rumble. So, but good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
Avs are still playing right now.
Avs just started the second. Well, they're halfway through the second period.
Right,
at this
so
point.
we'll be checking in on that one as we go. We tried to soften Calgary up for you last night. Unfortunately, the softening up went the other direction as they beat us 7-4 after we were leading 4-2. So
yeah, I heard.
Yes,
heard it went a little bit bad.
I think the term was screwed the pooch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here we are at the new regular start time, 9:15 p.m. Mountain, in a desperate attempt to give people on the East Coast 3/4 of an hour extra sleep at the end.
And you.
And me. And good evening to those who've managed to find us at that time. Well, you can see Mike DiCarlo, Sumo Orange, over on Rumble. On my Rumble, I can see Canadian Spider-Man. I'm sure there are people in your Rumble, perhaps. Somewhere.
Well, I'm messing around trying to get our chat widget to work. So, and the Avs just scored 2-0.
Well, there you go. It looks like the Avs will be sitting proudly atop the Central Division by the end of the night. You see, Calgary were crap last night. It's just that you were even crapper.
Crapper.
And yeah, Sumo says Islanders keep losing overtime games. At least they're getting a point. Yeah, it still kind of stings. I mean, you get to overtime, and maybe what's been a difficult game, you go, great, we got a point out of that. That's great. And then when you lose in overtime, you still get pissed off.
Yeah, but sometimes you're playing freaking Nashville and you've got a 3-2 lead with 1:11 left, and you let Nashville score twice to get no points in overtime.
Yeah,
because they scored twice in 16 seconds.
Yeah,
those hurt far worse than getting the 1 point.
Yeah. I think the Stars can do better than that. I think we've had somebody score on us 2 goals within 11 seconds this year. So, we're 16 seconds is an eternity.
Yeah, but that was to lose the lead with under a minute left.
True. Very true.
Painful.
Yeah. So that game's still going on. Who else is still playing right now?
I am not sure at the moment.
I'm not sure either. I'm going to have to try.
I went and got the standings. I didn't look at current scores.
Standings. Oh,
Let's
see. I got the ESPNs here.
We've got the Coyotes and Golden Knights.
Oh,
Coyotes there's quite a few games going on still.
Canucks, Sharks. So the Coyotes are holding their own against the Knights. 0-0, well into the second. And the Canucks and the Sharks are bravely holding their own against the Canucks at 1 each in the at 10:49 in the second.
Let's have a look at it.
But look at some of these scores today. We're just the Rangers beat the Bruins 7-4. Ullmark, one of my fantasy mainstays in all my fantasy teams, lost 7 goals.
Which today. Even with the crazy start that Boston's had, I believe that now puts the Rangers right up there with them, doesn't it?
Yeah, Boston's lost, I think the last 2 quite handsomely. And although we managed to beat the Rangers, I think they've had a pretty good run otherwise. So, yeah, a little bit of a wobble there from Boston.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yep. Kings over Canadians, not a big surprise there. Devils over the Sabres, not a big surprise there. Islanders, winning a shootout, or Flyers winning a shootout over the Islanders. So that was a 0-0 game all the way through.
I think that's what Sumo is referring to, that post-regulation defeat again for the Islanders. They get the point.
Yeah.
Penguins beat the Leafs 3-2. Interesting.
Yeah.
And that was the games today. But yeah, 3 still on. Avalanche seem to be cruising right now.
Yeah, we've had some scary moments. We had Cale Makar get hit in the forearm and, didn't play for the remainder of the first period after that happened. And I haven't been able to see if he's back on the ice or not. I'm sure Smokey could tell us. There's an awesome one.
Is Smokey with us?
He's at very least on my Rumble.
He is. Okay, good. Good evening, Smokey. Good to see you. So what are you drinking tonight, sir? What's the poison of choice?
Well, I just made the decision a couple seconds ago and decided to go with one of the old standards. Rare, the age 10 years.
Nice.
Still working on that bottle. Got a backup, so this one can be drank.
That's like an eternal bottle. It seems to go on forever, that one.
Yeah, Smokey said Cale is back.
He's back, yeah. So slight bruising, I suspect.
Hear.
Yes.
That would be 70-mile-an-hour shot, I think. So I bet it stung.
Ouch. Well, at least it hit him in the wrist and not in the groin. So
right.
So I'm drinking one that I did get a couple of weeks ago, and I drank a couple of weeks ago, the Redemption.
Oh yeah,
bourbon. Yep. So the Redemption for me tonight.
I did find another bottle of that, the rum cask finish that we were talking about. I found a few of them here in town. Didn't pull the trigger, though.
Oh, you should have.
I pulled the trigger on about 8 other bottles.
There's a limit, yeah. So Sumo is saying in a couple of weeks he's taking his sister to her first hockey game.
Yep.
Going to see the defending NCAA champs, the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Very nice. I hope she enjoys that. I took my elder sister to see a Stars game when she visited me when I lived in Dallas. She found that an amusing experience. I'd like to take my little sister one when she visits next May, but that all depends upon who's in the playoffs or not.
Yeah,
because it's me, so I don't know what hockey will be. I don't know what hockey will be available. But my sister so badly wants to see a fight. I told her it was college, so probably not happening. No, I think they're pretty.
Not as often.
No, after you.
Forever.
No, after you. No, fighting has been driven out of there. I think luckily it's still in the AAAs, but juniors.
Oh, that's all fights.
It's all fighting. All fighting all the time. Yeah.
You go from college you can't fight to the minor leagues where all you do is fight.
They're just not preparing these college players very well for the reality. Oh, hello, guys.
Yep.
We've got a few fights tonight bookmarked, and a few other great clips, bits and pieces. But it's been an interesting week, I guess.
Yeah. There's been some movement in the standings and stuff. Calgary just scored, so 2-1 Colorado right now.
Well, Backlund, yeah. It's weird. Last night's game against the Stars, Stars led 4 times. At one point, led 4-2, but at no time did that seem secure because, to be fair, both defenses and both goalies seemed like dog shit. It was a bomb scare every time anybody touched the puck. It just so happens that they, on the third period, decided that they would take advantage of our deficiencies, our shortcomings, and we couldn't no longer take advantage of theirs. But Calgary were not great by any means. I guess for a bystander's point of view, it was a good game because it was end-to-end stuff. Like, it was just
rush hockey.
Rush hockey, constant rush hockey, no thought of defending. And unfortunately, Ottinger had one of his worst games in years. So,
well, how'd they do the rest of the week?
Well, our last we just had a 5-game homestand, and we came out of it 2-2-1. So, not great. by any means, and we did beat the
And the Avs
Rangers.
just scored back. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. We did beat the Rangers, but we heavily schooled by everybody else. So
yeah,
as you
so
know,
we had you guys last Saturday. Of course, we
Yeah.
talked about that. That horrible Nashville game on Monday. Then was it Wednesday? We had the Canucks, and they did not look as good as what their record has been saying. And a lot of the announcers in the national announcing were saying, "Yeah, I don't believe them anymore. They don't look like they can handle the real teams." So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're definitely a surprise team, but like I was saying last week, their stats are so lopsided to where they're getting good bounces. It's not going to stay that way. So they'll come back to earth. They may still be a very good team, but I don't think they're in that upper stratosphere like the standings have recorded so far.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the scores through the Avs Canucks game, and I kept expecting. I thought this will be tight. There'll maybe a few goals each way, and then you guys just, what was it, 5-2 in the end? You just started pulling away, and
yeah, I mean, it was a closer game than the score says. We just crushed them at the end of the third period. It was just like, nope, you guys are done, and we took control. And then we had Minnesota last night, and so both of our teams had back-to-backs, huh?
Yeah,
because you had Friday, Saturday, and we've had Friday, Saturday. So we've got Calgary right now, and we took care of the Wild last night in a much closer than it should have been 3-2 game.
But yeah, look at Boston. I mean, that's two quite heavy defeats in a row there.
Yeah.
It's looking a bit weird. However, I'm going to see if I can get this to work. We all know that Boston fans, of course, are a special breed. Pope, our friend Pope being one of those. Let's see if I can get this. Oh yeah, there we go. So, spotted at a Boston game.
I love Boobs 69.
Our great friend on YouTube, Eric O'Sullivan. Eric's a good lad. He has a good channel. He must have been I think he was at the game.
That's funny.
I love Boobs 69, and there he is. And at least he's not on his own. He has got a friend. I thought maybe he'd be on his own. So if you see that guy out there, look, he's got lovely yellow shoes, go out and shake his hand and congratulate him for being, just so enlightened.
Very proud.
I'm very proud. So this guy's a national treasure.
Very proud, very loud, like most Bostonians.
Jack Edwards, the question about who's worse as a commentator, Steve Levy for ESPN or Jack Edwards for the Bruins. On balance, I'd give it to Edwards, I think.
Yeah. Although but I can't stand any of them.
I can't stand any of them.
Not when they're commentating the games that I'm watching.
Yeah, it's funny because the TSN coverage, I was forced to watch the TSN coverage of the Stars Vegas game, which was a really tight game, actually. I mean, we took them to overtime. It could have gone either way. And it was funny because the commentators on the commentators on the in the rink and 4 back in the studio, apart from one of the 4 in the studio, were like all over Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas, justifying everything they did, arguing things should have been penalties, blah, blah, blah. And the only one that spoke any sense was Wayne Gretzky, who kept saying, "You guys are nuts. That was a cross-check. And what are you talking about? It was a penalty, I guess." Well, that was a cross-check. And he was just like, are you guys watching the same game? He was the only one that schooled them on, like, "Oh, that was terrible. That Dallas player backed right into the Vegas player. That should have been interference." And meanwhile, the Vegas guy's cross-checking him in the back like this. And
yeah,
Wayne Gretzky goes, "Guys, that's a cross-check." So.
Yeah, we had some weird stuff with the announcers in the game with the Wild last night. The whole second period, it was like we had the Wild's home announcers going. And strange.
Yeah, it
looks like we got the Snow Dub raid, so thank you to Snow Dub.
Hey,
we've got Zach in here now, and a few more have rolled in, it looked like.
Cool.
So
yeah, good evening to you all. Good to see you.
And we'll definitely have to show, once we get to some of the clips, we'll have to show the controversial call in the Colorado game with the cross check to the face that never happened in Manson.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. And Manson's kicked out of the game and a 5-minute major.
I hope you've got those clips. I didn't bookmark it.
I do have that one.
You do, great.
I've got it bookmarked. So
we could go to that now. I mean,
if I was ready to, we could, but
then
don't have it pulled up at the moment.
Don't go to that. Do something else entirely.
Yeah. What we can do that I've got ready is we can show the actual current standings for the league. So yeah, we've got division right now. As we were saying, Boston's still up there, 31 points. Still a good goal differential, even with the last 2 losses going on that loss streak.
Yeah.
And Florida's up there, Tampa Bay, then Detroit. I expected Toronto to probably be above Detroit and maybe Tampa Bay based on last season, but
slippage.
Then again, it's Toronto.
Bit of slippage there, yeah. A little bit of slippage.
Yep. And then here's what we were talking about earlier. The Rangers are now tied with Boston points-wise at 31 with a better goal differential, and they're streaking 3 wins versus the 2-loss streak. So the Rangers are looking pretty good.
I knew the Rangers were going to be good, but I think they're being, I mean, they could stay there. I could see that happening.
And I'm kind of shocked at where Carolina is versus the Capitals. And it's still, I mean, we're getting to a quarter point in the season, quarter of the way done. So I expected the Hurricanes to probably be up there in that number 2 spot pretty solidly, but they're only 1 point behind. So I still think it'll go 1-2 Rangers, Caps, or not Rangers, Caps, Rangers, Canes.
I really didn't think the Caps were going to do anything at all. And they've managed to kind of just pick up a little bit. So maybe they're not done yet.
And the Blue Jackets are the cellar dwellers over there.
It's a shame.
Points.
I like the Blue Jackets. Lovely guys.
Then we get to the Central. Got the Avs, the Jets, and the Stars all tied at 26 points at the moment. The reason the Avs are showing up on the top is because total number of wins.
Yeah, we've let the Jets back in. Bastards.
Yeah, that's also somewhat shocking. But 13 goal differential looks pretty good.
Well, we've got our cast-off coach, so it is shocking. Bonus.
Yeah.
I do have a great clip of a goal, an Eller's goal for the Jets. Really good goal. We'll play later, but they'll never lift Lord Stanley's Cup.
No, never.
We got Mike Rottrade.
And of course, the Blackhawks are doing the Blackhawks thing.
Yeah, well, we've got
now
lots
they've
to talk
lost
about.
Another player.
We've got Taylor Hall's out, and mysteriously Corey Perry is not returning to the team. I want to talk about that in a few minutes. So
yeah, we'll talk about him, and we'll talk about how that compares with the Sam Girard situation with the Avalanche. So
yeah.
So the last division, the Pacific, Vegas is up there with 30 points, right behind the Rangers and the Bruins.
Yeah, I tell you, the
Kings are up there too.
Yeah, Vegas do look good, I have to say. I mean, we gave them a tough game the other day, but they are a pretty complete team.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of faults there. Great cross-checking team.
Ugly jerseys for the Winter Classic.
Well, we
will also show.
We will also show, yes. There's ugly players and ugly jerseys.
You've got those pulled up right now, don't you?
I do. Let me just... ugly players with ugly jerseys.
And of course, Edmonton, while you're pulling that up, all the way down there at 13 points, only 6 wins on the season. And San Jose's managed to get three wins now. So
every time the Oilers think we're back, they have like a 5-0 win, and then they get hammered again next time. So
yeah, and you can see the anger on the players' faces, and that's great.
It's going to be a shit show forever, that one. Screen share. Well, it's your screen share. Sorry, got to find my screen share. Oh yeah, here we go. So
you've got to redo it and retransition. There you go.
Yeah, I was clicking transition, waiting for it to go. So the jerseys for the Winter Classic, which is in Seattle on some date, I can't remember, at the baseball arena there. Oh yeah, January 1st. Of course it would be January the 1st.
Well,
I've
it's
been at a
always
Winter
January the
Classic.
1st.
It's always January the 1st.
New Year's Day.
I've been at one. I don't know.
They've diluted it a little bit with the other outdoor games that go on throughout the season.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm not a fan of the Vegas one and the Crack. I'm not a fan of either of them. I mean, they do look like old school hockey jerseys.
They do.
Maybe the logos that they might have had in like the 50s, that kind of thing. But there's no inventiveness in this.
Well, I mean, if you look at the Seattle one, it's got 1917 on the collar, so I think they're going for a real retro look.
Yeah,
like way retro. I don't know,
like what the people wore in Popeye the movie.
Yeah, that's right. when they had boots made out of wood, clogs for skates.
Clogs. I do like how the Vegas one has built-in nipple covers for the player, apparently.
And it has a thing.
It even looks like they're jutting out right there.
And it has an arrow to point to them to where their pee-pee is for when they go for a pee-pee.
Yes.
It's down there, guys. Okay, it's down there. I don't know. I mean, it's a Winter Classic jersey. They've definitely gone retro. The funny thing was, it was the Utah Jazz basketball team leaked the Kraken one for some reason, which is the weirdest.
I don't get that one at all.
I don't get that.
Why they were all modeling the jerseys, beyond me.
I just don't get that. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I hate basketball anyway. So the Utah Jazz.
I hate the NBA.
Hate the NBA. Yeah,
I like some.
That's what I mean.
Basketball.
That's
what I mean. It's a different game.
Yeah, the NBA. That's what I mean. I'm a women's NBA fan, really.
I'm sure you are.
You're
one of the few people that shows up to the parade when whatever team wins their championship.
I'm one of the 2 WNBA fans. Yeah. No, yeah. I just should clarify that I'm not a WNBA or an NBA fan.
Sure.
Although at least the WNBA is probably, they're probably just as big-headed in that. But so the Utah Jazz, obviously at the cutting edge of hockey
jersey
design,
wear.
Hockey jersey wear, yeah. I don't know.
That's weird.
Can I say I'm excited about that game? No.
I think it'll be a good game, depending on the weather. I mean, it's 2 teams that'll be fun to watch. The Kraken put up a fight either way, whether they're really all that good right now or not.
Yeah,
Vegas is looking pretty good. So
I think being in Seattle, I can guarantee it'll rain. It will rain heavily that day. But I some people are not fans of the Winter Classics. I did go to the Stars National one, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was a fun day. So going to them is fun. I mean, watching it on TV, it's just another game. But going to the game is fun because it's not often you get to see a hockey game with, that one was like 85 to 90,000 people in the arena. That doesn't happen very often. So
I attempted to go to the outdoor game a few years. Well, what's it been? 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, for Colorado versus the Kings. But they did the stupid game out on the Air Force Academy. Trying to get that many fans in to a military base, a military academy, the lines were multiple hours long. They still had people trying to park into the second period.
Yeah, because of the security.
People who had left 4 hours earlier to get to the game.
Because of security, yeah.
Yeah, they just couldn't get people through. I mean, the whole place is choke points. It's a military base. So there's security checks. There's, it's just not a great place to try to have an event that big. I know why they were trying to do it. They thought it would be fantastic to do it out at the academy instead of, say, Invesco Field or Coors Field. But it logistically did not work at all.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare. I mean, it was bad enough in Dallas with the crowds because it was a big crowd getting to the Cotton Bowl. Even you couldn't get on the Dallas transit which takes you almost to there because it was just packed. There was you couldn't get on.
Yeah.
And then getting an Uber or a cab was a nightmare. And even when we did get one, we had to walk another God knows how long after. And then afterwards, we didn't even bother trying to get a cab to get back. We just walked to T Pelham. Don't know how long it took. Doesn't matter. We're all hammered anyway. So and then got even more hammered. But yeah, the crowds were just crushing. It was terrible. But, fun though. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
So welcome to TZ Burton and Canadian
Orange in here.
Spider-Man.
And Sumo Orange yesterday, I saw at the end of the thing that you said I didn't say hi to you in the chat, but I had a conversation with you in the chat, so I assumed that included the acknowledgement that you were there.
Yeah, I
don't
you know, I'm not. I don't want to make
But
excuses for
hello,
us
Sumo
on
Orange.
YouTube, but sometimes we get a bit distracted. People say you didn't talk to me. I was pressing buttons and whatever. Plus, I'm really stupid, so I have to make excuses. I have to make excuses for myself. I'm dumb. But thank you everyone for being here tonight.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see you. I wanted to mention something. We're going to talk about players then and player issues. So the Toronto Maple Leafs put John Klingberg, my old mucker, my buddy, the big signed poster he gave me and everything, on long-term injured reserve.
Really?
So Klingberg's gone, and Klingberg's, ever since he left Dallas, has struggled. But he's been put on LTIR. Now, there's a lot of suggestions that this is he's got the Vegas flu, as in he's not really injured. They just wanted to get him off the books so they could shore up their defense a bit because he's not been playing all that well. Mike will tell us more about his current. He was never the greatest defender. He's almost much better as an offensive defender. I think. Who's to say? I don't think he would voluntarily participate, but they've put him in LTIR, and the suggestion is he isn't injured. But what can you do?
Mike is saying he's getting a surgery done.
So maybe it's a hand thing they were saying. So maybe
it's something where it's kind of you don't have to have this surgery this moment.
Okay.
But they kind of said,
could be.
Go ahead and get the surgery done.
Well, if it is surgery and he has got a problem, I hope he gets it sorted out. He's having his hand grafted to his hip, by the sounds of it.
Okay.
Because he's a great guy, and I'd love to see him get a few more years at the top. He struggled, as I say. Dallas offered him a contract when his last contract with Dallas was up, and he turned it down. And then he found nobody would offer him a contract after, or anything that he wanted. So he sacked his agent, and all he could get then was 1-year deals from people. So, so good luck to you, John. I hope you get back in the game because you're a great guy. But yeah, the Blackhawks is a weird one. Some weird shit going on there. Let me just, there we go. I'll call this up on the screen. Give me a second.
Yeah, there was some joking that Corey Perry's been dead for 4 or 5 days already. Or
nobody's told him. So Corey, Taylor Hall, first of all, has gone out and long-term injured. He's got to get something done. That's a genuine problem. Let's hope he gets better soon. It could be the Blackhawks are just trying to definitely finish last and they'll get an automatic first pick.
Another first pick.
Yes. But yeah, so Blackhawks practice underway the other day. No sign of Corey Perry, who's been there, I think he's their third top scorer. He's been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a healthy scratch. And then next thing you know, we're getting things saying, well, maybe he's going to get traded. Well, that didn't happen. And then the team come out and say, oh, he's not coming back to us for a while. He won't be near
for the foreseeable future, I think is what they said.
So what does that mean?
Well, it's reminiscent of the Nichushkin stuff.
Could be.
Mike DiCarlo said maybe the Lucic situation, or it could be more similar to the Sam Girard situation that we've got here in Colorado. Sam Girard is checking himself into rehab. 25-year-old that, has gotten too dependent on the alcohol and the pills, it sounds like. So he admitted the alcohol, but I think it's from the pills and the injuries. So he's been self-medicating with alcohol to a large
Michael
degree.
Jackson situation, yeah. We
So
forget
he
about
is
that,
out.
of course. Yeah,
he is out. I mean, he's going through the NHL's players, rehab association thing. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but yeah, he's going through that. Checked himself in this week, so he's gone for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. That's we forget about the injuries and sometimes the painkillers and other things that get them through those. If it's long-term pain, it can be a problem. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
But we've been ragging on him for a year or a season and a half now because his play has not been up to the expectations. Yes, Snow Dub. We did have a whole bunch jump in, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, mate. Here's my favorite picture and somebody else's favorite picture of Corey Perry. Corey Perry needs a reboot. That's why he's not playing. He needs to be rebooted.
And he's out.
Somebody says, "Here's mine." Look at that face. Face that only a mother could love.
Not quite as ugly as Ricci, though.
Not quite, no. Look at this one. This is when he was in the London Knights. Isn't that an awesome picture?
Spoken like someone who didn't watch his junior career.
And you know what? When he played for Anaheim, everybody hated him because he's a snippy, feisty bugger. And when he came to play for Dallas for that 1 year, I went, now I understand why I want this guy in my team. And I loved him.
Right.
Yeah. And he's a lovely guy off the ice. So I hope there's not a problem because, no matter what he's like on the ice, off the ice, he's pretty funny, I think. So he's a pretty nice guy. But that, somebody reboot Corey Perry, will they? And here he is in his glory days of...
Datsuk's in a goal with Perry.
Look at this. This is what the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, or the Ducks now, have won.
I'm just going to give some context here. Pavel Datsuk was not a fighter.
No, he was
one of my favorite players of all time, and here he is fighting. Because I liked this. He said something about Corey Perry said so many 100 penalty minutes since he joined the league. Well, that's a neat one. That Pavel Datsuk, who I absolutely adored as a player, great player. I think that's the only fight I've ever seen him in.
Yeah, I don't think he was in any of the line brawls. Yeah. I don't think he was in on the ice during the Colorado line brawls.
No, I don't recall that at all. I mean, that's October 8th, 2010. I don't think I was at that game, but I certainly was at a few games for the Red Wings in that era. So, I do not ever recall him fighting. I recall a lot of other Red Wings players fighting. I think I had another Corey. Oh yeah, this is another quick Corey Perry that I'd saved before. This is maybe this is why they're getting rid of him, because he's using Connor Bedard as Corey's saying, "You just stand there and feed me pucks, you rookie."
Yeah. What's that, Salty?
Yeah. And then I gotta pause it because I'm getting there. But yeah, so what he says after he finishes, and go and get me a Diet Coke, will you, kid?
Yeah.
But
that's all Bedard's useful for to him.
That's right, yeah. Who are you anyway? But Connor who? And then I love this underneath. Do they know there is typically a goalie in the middle of the net?
Yeah.
So that's...
Did you say you were starting to get the warning on YouTube?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Because I'll show one that's more a commercial. This is our announcing team. And this is John Mitchell that they're teasing.
Okay.
Is it playing? There
Hang
it goes.
on. There it is. Can't hear anything, but
They're telling him that his shins need to touch his lips.
oh god.
They're making fun of a game where he went into the boards and ended up like that.
Oh shit. Oh wow. Yeah.
So that's our announcing team goofing around.
Yeah. That's
There we go.
not a pleasant position to be in.
No, that's not. Pretty funny though.
It is. I think it's probably a good time for a commercial. Have we got any commercials?
Yeah, but you
Let's
took
have a
us off
commercial
studio
break.
mode, so I've got to. There we go.
There you go.
Let's see what we got tonight for commercials. We've got. Or did we delete them all so that we could get the show to actually start?
We maybe deleted them all. We had technical issues starting the show.
Yeah, we were told that we have used up too much of our allotment of storage. So let's try this one. See if it works. Nope, it's not working. You got one.
Have I got one? I'll find one.
Well, it looks like. Oh no, that's Canadian Spider-Man putting up a message.
I will find one.
I will allow it.
I may just have to stick it on the top of the scene that we're in. Right, let's find a commercial then for you guys. You've waited patiently. We have a folder full of these now. We tried to get some uploaded to the actual studio, but
yeah,
the technical.
I've got one ready.
You got one ready? You go for it then.
USA Prime Credit. I am Peggy.
Peggy?
The hotel says my card is maxed out.
Can't be.
This is outrage, Mr.
Kane, Patrick.
The hockey player?
Yeah.
Tell me.
How you score from the left side?
Oh, for me, maybe a little juke, a little fake.
Blow hard, glove side.
Hold, please. Yes.
Hello?
Peggy.
Peggy, I can hear you.
Thank you.
Want better customer service? Switch to
Peggy.
Discover.
Patrick Kane.
Yeah, Patrick Kane. Who will he be playing for?
There's a lot of rumors going around. Some of them say us. Some of them say you, I think.
So, yeah, they do. The Kane lottery. Is it going to be worth it, though? I guess so.
How long has it been since he's played, though? Hasn't he been out?
Has he played
or
this
am I
year?
thinking of... I thought he'd been out for like a season and a half.
No, I think he's been playing.
Am I thinking of somebody else?
No, he did play last year.
Okay.
Let me find a clip to play. And it may just be overlaid over the top. Because I don't know how to do that fancy thing that you do.
Do the third scene down. That's just the one.
New scene.
Full scene. Yeah. And then just add the layer with whatever media source you want.
I would, but it's playing your thing in the back, I think.
Just remove it.
Oh, no. I've gone crazy.
There. What one are you trying to play?
I don't know. Let me start this again.
Okay.
Hey, don't try this stuff at home, everybody. Let's see if this is going to work.
It's a glitch. It's not a glitch. It's got to be a glitch. You just keep hitting the same button. You don't want to play the game. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was the LeCavier and Richards spat over gaming. I'm not quite sure I really got it, but it's still funny.
Yeah, that's how everybody plays against each other if you're playing, sitting next to somebody on the couch and playing sports games on
That's true.
the Xbox or the PlayStation. DeCarlo says Kane has barely played. He played with the Rangers just for the playoffs last year.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm playing about with the studio behind you, and I think I may well have messed everything up.
Chances are you have. After all the time I've spent setting it up.
Oh no, I got a blank again. I got a blank new scene. There you go.
All right.
That might work. Yeah, so we've got lots more commercials to come. We did try uploading them all, and some of them are here though. I can see some of them.
But for now, how about we check in on the fantasy standings?
Indeed.
Before I lose my lead or anything.
Let's do that.
Yeah, so the Bourbon and Boarding fantasy team, or fantasy league, we've got, currently I'm sitting up top. I've come back to the group a little bit over the past few days from last week where I was at like 46 points. Brian, you're at 41.5 right now.
Yeah.
Smokey's coming up big today, 3.5 point swing upwards
Smokey.
to move into third place. And that looks like that's all at the victimization of Tay's slave victims, because he's lost about 4.5 points.
Oh,
so
he has.
Smokey has overtaken him in multiple categories all in one day to move up. And Bill is sitting back there, still bringing those points, 17 total points.
Holding up the rear. She's
And
bravely
Mikey,
coming up the rear.
kind of right there in the middle with Smokey.
Yeah, well, Mikey was almost top at one point this week, I think, just the way it was going, and then dropped right back down again.
Yeah,
but my goalies are killing me because I've had two or three bad goalie defeats. So
yeah, your goalies were the only thing that was really helping you in everything. I mean, you're still, Smokey took the shutouts. You're still save percentage, goals against average. I overtook you on the wins this week.
You did, yes. And you've got, who's got the most shutouts? I think it's you, isn't it?
No, that is Smokey went from like 1 to 4 or 2 to 4 this week.
Oh, right, Jesus.
So he had some good games out of his goalies, and he also moved up into, looks like, second in save percentage this week and third in goals against average. So Smokey changed his focus, I think, or his goalies changed their focus and started playing.
Yes, my goalie strategy normally works pretty well, but my God, Ottinger got hammered, and then Swayman got hammered, and Ulmark got hammered, and all my fantasy leagues have suffered as a result, including. So I'm surprised I'm still hanging on up there in this one. Oh.
What I'm semi-amazed at is the amount of a lead I've got in shots on goal. 697. Next closest is at 638.
630.
I've got a few shooters.
Yeah. So,
but then Mike DiCarlo, I think, on the no, it's you. You took over the assist.
It's funny because I have a terrible goals, but I seem to have players. I've got quite a few good assists.
Yeah, Mike's got the goals way up there at 90. Oh, yeah. Next person is 75. We're all kind of right there together, and then Mike's just blown everybody away on goals. So it looks like we've had a little shifting just in the past.
Well, I can see it flashing. Yeah. So Keely Chow is asking, do we have any commercials for NHL video games? I actually don't think we have.
I don't believe we have any.
No, we have other NHL related ones, but not for games.
A lot of the games had licensed music in it. Like, I remember a few of them had, like, Collective Souls Heavy was the soundtrack for the game that year. So they played, all the commercials had that in it. So we try to find some of the funnier commercials. They tend to get us in less trouble.
Well, they tend to, but not always.
Tend.
So fantasy is, I mean, there's four, I guess Tay and Bell, unfortunately, are kind of pretty detached from the group, but any of the other four could finish top. There's a long way to go.
Yeah, well, and Bell's got quite a bit less games played than the rest of us. So, I mean, it's not true numbers until you're all even on games. She's got a ton of games in hand on everybody. So does Tay for the most part.
Well, that would be funny if we run out of games and in the last 6 weeks
they
of the
keep
season,
going.
Good evening to Salty Traveling Sea. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks
yeah, because if you look at, like, let's take my team for example. I'm in trouble because Yeah, I'm projected to be 15 over on my centers. So I'm going to run out of games on my centers.
Yeah. You got to start leaving people out. And I'm thinking of that now. I'm thinking maybe I should leave this guy out tonight, you know?
Yeah, if they're playing San Jose, start them. If they're not, I mean, look to see who they're playing and
Right.
make sure that it might be one where they can run up a score. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of getting used to this rotisserie league thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting league, very different from the normal head-to-head. So,
yeah, but I think it works for doing it with a group of chat. I think
so.
It's worked out in a good way.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the head-to-head might be
first.
Head-to-head might be a bit too specific for us. This at least everybody's involved all the time. We're not just 3 games against each other or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Well, what's the current score in the Avs game though?
3-1 Avs with 16:58 left in the third.
And the other 2 games.
That I can check real quick.
Yeah, I'll find that.
Scores, share. Vegas and Arizona still at zeros.
Wow.
At 10:36 in the third. And the Canucks and Sharks are up 3-2 and on the power play. A 4-on-3 power play for another minute. Now it's nope, they just scored.
Wow.
Sharks scored while
Sharks.
we were watching.
Go Sharks.
On the 4-on-3. So now they get to continue on the 4-on-4.
Wow. Go Sharks. Everyone's rooting for you.
Yeah.
Well, apart from TC Burton. Apart from TC Burton, everyone's rooting for you. So
very low shot totals in these live games. 21-15, 18-19, and then the Avs, it's only 20-17. So
if the Canucks lose to the Sharks, that might just blow their season apart.
Yeah, I mean that definitely is the Canucks coming back to earth.
Absolutely. So let's have a goal, a nice goal from the week if you're up for that.
Absolutely.
So this was a candidate they're saying for goal of the year already, Ehlers for the Jets. Let's get that playing.
And out of the zone it goes. Yes, pulled ahead by Ehlers. One-on-one, Nikolai Ehlers chips it through, gets around, and he shoots.
That's a fairly good goal.
What a goal from Nikolai Ehlers. And out
So
of the
another
zone
look
it
at that.
goes. Yes, pulled ahead by Ehlers. One-on-one, Nikolai Ehlers chips it through, gets around, and he shoots and scores. What a
We're in the
goal
blocker side.
from
That's pretty good.
Nikolai Ehlers. And out of the
Nice. And unassisted, of course.
Yes.
So good goal. Nice one, yeah. Always a beauty to see that, even though it's the Jets, of course. Which, yeah. So Canucks fans are going to have their toasters taken away from them. They're not going to be allowed to get in the bath. Yeah. Not even.
We have a look at the Manson controversy.
Do it.
Besser comes into him. Here's another really good look. He's looking left.
Manson's not even looking yet.
And he barely touches it.
Tact is. The reaction you're hearing from the fans is
they'll show it again
on the big screen from shots of Brock Besser in the penalty box.
Besser comes into him. Here's
So
another
Besser
really good
comes
look.
in, cross-checks his hands. Manson isn't even looking at him, just kind of puts his hands up to block himself from getting the
And he goes, oh, like this.
And then they called that a 5-minute major
Besser
with
comes
a
into
game
him. Here's another really good
misconduct.
look. He's looking left.
Manson's not even looking yet.
And he barely touches
Insane.
it.
So who's the player, the offending player that came
Josh
in?
Manson?
No, the
Besser?
other player. Yeah, the real offender, not Manson.
Yeah.
So Besser, that's one of he should be getting an Oscar for that performance. And you notice there's a lot of that now, acting and diving and.
Yep. And the ridiculous thing is they reviewed this and still called it a 5-minute major and gave him a misconduct.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
For watching the puck over to his side and putting his hands up like this with his stick in it. And the guy skates his chin right into it. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that's getting to crazy NFL or soccer level of ticky-tack.
Well, that's what I'm worried about, because it's one of the reasons I turned away from soccer years ago, football years ago, is
all
the
the
diving,
flopping.
the play acting, the flopping, going down like you've been shot by a sniper in the stands. It's starting to rear its head, and certain teams are really good at it.
Yeah, Vancouver tried to claim that Cale Makar was doing that in our game against them yesterday.
And it depends on your status with the Zebras, of course. Some teams are more favoured than others. Some teams, all you have to do is throw yourself to the ice and bang, there's a penalty.
Or just do one of these
if
a stick gets within 7 or 8 inches of you.
Yeah, it's really starting to bug me, and I agree with Sumo. Need a penalty for flopping. I know there's occasionally unsportsmanlike or whatever,
but that was, I mean, we talked about the weird second period that the Avs had when I was at the game, and there was like 14 minutes of penalties called in the second period, all in like a 9-minute period of time. This second period was the same way. There was a team on the power play almost 16 minutes of the second period in this game. It was crazy.
Yeah, it really disrupts the flow of the game sometimes.
Especially when you do like an 8-minute review and then come out with that call.
Yeah, I don't know how you can review that though and not say, wait a minute here, it's exactly the opposite of what we've
We'll actually make it a 2 and embellishment 2 also.
Embellishment.
Because it's definitely not a 5, but we can't take away the penalty. But it's definitely not a 5-minute major and a game misconduct.
I know. Well, they got what they wanted. Doesn't mean they won the game, but they got what they wanted. But
no, we got them in the end, so that's fine.
It's something we need to keep an eye on because I absolutely, many reasons I stopped watching soccer. So a lot of it was the violence and amongst the fans, but for years, but just the fact that it's the rich always winning in that game. But
the one thing I'll remember most about watching soccer was when Zidane headbutted that guy. He at least earned the penalty then.
That's at least earning it, yeah. But you blow on them and they're like throwing themselves on the ground like they've been stabbed.
Rolling around for 45 seconds until the ref blows the whistle, then they get up.
And the refs always go for it,
Oh, yeah.
Which is weird. I don't get it. So anyway, so let's have a look at little Jacob Trouba action, I think would be
Trouba's been getting involved in a lot of crap lately.
Oh, he has. He always did.
He was busy tonight, too.
Yeah.
Rory wanted a piece of Jacob Trouba, and there's the big hit on Hathaway. Goudreau comes in to stick up for his teammate, Jacob Trouba.
Yeah, I had this one bookmarked as well.
Philadelphia Flyers, you need a spark, and right when you need it, there's Trouba. He's a solid individual.
He's trying to get Trouba to fight him. Trouba goes and just puts on a hit while being held on to the whole way.
I just want to see this again because it's quite impressive that he barely gets any speed up and yet he demolishes the guy. It's quite funny.
Yep.
Yeah, the trade, stay out of his tracks or something. He's a stay off the Trouba tracks.
Trouba's having a hell of a season, though.
Oh,
he's highlight reels every freaking night lately.
And then I love this. Give me a second while I murder your friend.
Then I'll get back to you and fight.
Yeah. And I love the I don't know why the rest need to stop play. Just let those 3 players have a scrum and the others can go and score.
Yep.
But yeah, Trouba's really having a bit of a good time of it. Yeah. So, and perhaps that's why the Rangers are doing so well. Or one of the reasons.
I've got another old but funny one. So we'll space them out between current stuff and some old stuff. So this one is the greatest no goal of all time. Let's pump up the volume.
Pump up the volume.
So the greatest no goal of all time. If you can see what
is that on his back?
That's if it's in his shorts and he jumps in the net, then technically that's a goal.
It was in the back of his shirt and shorts. I'll have to see that one again in the
crosses
replay.
the line.
I've never seen that before.
No, near five. Well, what a move from. You know, he gets the shot here from Darcy Murphy.
Is that an Irishman?
The shot goes into his pants. He's the only one who realizes it, so he just squats into the back of the goal with his butt to make sure that it's across the line.
I think that's a good goal.
I'm not too sure if the camera can pick this up in front of the penalty box.
It was pretty funny.
Is it on his back?
How often do you see a guy just squat into the goal?
That's right.
And everybody's just kind of looking at him like, what the hell are you doing?
It's a real ass goal, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Got another big hit we can show.
Yeah, do it. I've got a couple of good things, but we'll show that. Yeah.
Oh. Tanev went straight down the hall on this one.
Ouch.
And it was an upper body hit, but the leg is what he's
He twisted his leg when he fell, I guess.
Could be. But that stick went about 15 feet in the air.
In fact, he hit him so hard that it went all the way down to his leg.
Oh, there's some Alice in Chains playing in the background on that one. So,
you know, there was another thing. Is it not a penalty? This has nothing to do with that clip. Is it not a penalty when the goalie throws his stick?
I think the goalie's the only one who can release his stick.
All right, because that happened in the Stars game the other day.
Some of the actual hockey players in chat,
I think it was Aiden Hill,
tell us on that.
He threw his stick away to stop something happening, to stop a goal.
Yeah, players can't. But
Right,
I think the goalie, I think they can, but I'm not sure how intentional it can be.
I just wondered if it was because I thought, isn't that a penalty? I mean, he stopped the goal, but it just interfered with the Stars player who was teeing up for a shot.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's not a penalty. But nothing was
we
called,
saw that
so.
one a couple weeks ago where, was that a Seattle game? Or I can't remember, but somebody threw the stick. They didn't call it. It stopped a goal, and the other team went the other way and scored.
Yes, I remember.
We saw that like 2 weeks ago. They didn't call the penalty, but it would have been a penalty if they had actually paid attention. And I swear I've seen goalies toss the stick too. Goalies get away with a lot of things like, oh, this just got away from me, or the goal just came off the moorings a little bit because I bumped a little too hard.
Yeah, or, oh dear, I just speared this guy through the chest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for some good old-fashioned hockey goodness. It's just an image. It's an image. This is the wonderful, rugged Tim Horton.
You transitioned to the wrong transition.
Did I?
Are you trying to share yours? Here you go.
I am sharing it. It's already on screen.
No, it's not what it was showing me. It was showing me, the main scene. Okay.
No, I think you're seeing something different.
Weird.
Tim Horton, the legendary Tim Horton. Look at that square head with the pointy jaw. He's got the straight end. Look at the haircut. Isn't that wonderful? Yep. And he's helping crippled children. As a hockey player, he's probably created a few crippled people in his time, Tim Horton. But rugged defense star of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I just love everything about this, and the Maple Leaf Gardens reference at the bottom where they played, of course. Now, what always puzzled me was that the Tim Horton statue is in Buffalo, where he played for a while, not in Toronto. Yeah. There may be one in Toronto. I didn't see it. And of course, Tim Hortons. But I just thought it was a nice image.
Yeah.
Love the haircut.
She doesn't necessarily look crippled since she's standing up. But
yeah.
They might have worded it differently.
They may have, but I mean, in those days they weren't as sensitive about the wording.
No, they weren't.
They're having exhibition games, the Leafs, and but yeah, I mean, I'm not mocking. It's a lovely, lovely picture. It's such an image of a lovely time.
No, it's
and a great guy, Tim Horton. Sadly left the plan it far too soon. But nice
Sumo
image.
wants to know, is Tim Hortons better than Dunkin' Donuts?
I would say so. Now, I know Dunkin' Donuts had their fans, but I'm more of a Timmy's guy. Although the coffee at Dunkin' Donuts isn't bad, I have to say. It's okay.
Yeah, I've got a few buddies who really like their iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. I don't have a Dunkin' Donuts in the town I'm in now. I used to have, but not now. So it's basically Timmy's or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you can go to A&W, I guess, or one or two of the other places like that. McDonald's, but Timmy's is the main one. So, and he styles his hair with maple syrup. That's why the children are attracted to him.
Yeah,
they stick to him. Yeah. So, I know what I've got to play. I've got something quite funny. First of all, it's nearly Christmas, so I've got my friend here, Jock, who's
who's got his kilt and his bagpipe.
He's got his kilt and his bagpipe.
Santa with kilt and a bagpipe.
And look at the size of Jock's sack. So we're getting ready for Christmas. Did you know? I didn't know this. There was an ice hockey scene cut from the movie Elf.
No,
I had never seen this before, and maybe I should have. I don't know. So let me find that and play it. Oh, it's not on there actually. It's on a normal screen share. So Elf cut ice hockey scene. We'll probably get. I got to pause it first. Get it back to the beginning. Right, let's transition. This was 45 seconds. It was cut from the movie.
We're getting walloped.
Buddy, get in there and do your thing.
He's going Happy Gilmore on him.
He's going Happy Gilmore. That was Comics Division.
Yeah. Yeah, but he also destroyed the goal.
He did.
That ends the game.
I've never seen that before. That's so good.
I had not seen that either. Did not know it existed.
Yeah, I just love the look of determination in his face.
He was knocking them left and right.
He was. It's a pretty cool one. So I did not know that existed. And I think I can kind of see why they maybe cut it.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit.
Doesn't quite fit the ethos of the movie. But hey, the nicest guys off the ice turn into real monsters on the ice. So
yeah. Well, speaking of another wholesome, nice thing, I do have another clip for that category. I mean, it doesn't look the nicest thing, but we got a little fight going on.
Oh, I think
watch the ref come in at the end.
McCarron's got the reach on him. McCarron backing up, trying to get some leverage. Gilbert's helmet is off. Uppercut by McCarron, then an overhand right.
Ooh.
Gilbert coming back with a right. And they're going to step in on it.
Oh, they backed off. They let him keep going.
Oh, no, backed off.
It looked like it was over, then it's not.
Yeah, it was a pretty good length tilt. What the ref does at the end is why it's wholesome.
You got a good view of this.
There's two guys going toe-to-toe right now.
Right there.
Wrestling takedown for the exclamation.
The ref saw him going down and got his arm under his head so that his head would not slam against the ground.
Good timing.
Very good awareness by the ref.
It is. We give him shit, but that was well spotted.
Right there.
Yeah, good for him.
He still makes a little bit of contact, but a lot less with the arm there underneath the base of the neck.
Good for him. Yeah, good catch.
So I thought that one was worth showing this week.
Yeah, we give the Zebras
take a lot of crap from us.
They do, but that was good. Well played to that ref. Saved what could have been a nasty. I mean, you never get that out of the ice. I mean, that's all that hair gel.
The ice doesn't have a lot of give.
You never get the hair gel out of the ice. Yeah, good one. That elf scene is I really like that. I did the Tim Horton. Let's see if I can find another advert to play. Time for another commercial, I think.
All right. And then I've got, after that, the greatest mystery on ice that I've ever seen. So
okay. Right. So share. I need to find it.
Which one are we going with?
I'm gonna find. Well, I've got one here I'd picked out earlier. Oh yeah, this one. Fantasy goalie. Let me transition that one. It's time to transition.
Okay, honey. I'm ready.
All right. Let's do this. What?
Hockey fans aren't like other fans.
You said fantasy.
Yeah. Let's stick with one more ad.
A couple of Swedish twins. Swedish twins? I thought that was just a myth. Like Bigfoot. This is gonna be awesome. They're here. There they are, Swedish twins.
Hey, what's up?
The Sedin twins. Swedish twins.
I think I know what's happening. I think certain transition scenes, when we bring them over into the live as opposed to the preview, it's retaining for you or me at your end and me at my end the screen that was shared before on top of that.
That's possible.
Yeah, so I keep we keep thinking we've left something on the screen we haven't. But yeah, the Sedin twins. I showed that on my show last Monday, I think. And
oh, did you?
Yeah, because I
haven't showed it on this show in a while, so I figured I'd reload it in there.
I showed some of the funny hockey commercials just because to give them a wider audience. Well, I say wider, it's not that big of an audience. I ain't no comics division, so.
So this is one of the strangest things I've ever seen on ice. Watch in the corner and watch as the guy skates off the ice. We'll watch it a few times.
Yeah. I need to go out of studio mode and make me see it better.
Do you see the stick?
Now
watch what happens again. He loses the stick. He gets up. He's nowhere near the stick. He skates away, and the stick follows him.
Oh, wow. I see that now.
Without being touched.
Spooky.
And it had already kind of stopped, so it's not like it had momentum from hitting the board.
What the hell?
I don't know what's happening there.
That is bizarre.
Nothing's near the stick. The stick, it looks like it gets tugged like it's on a string. I don't know if his skate, if the shoestrings on the skates got wrapped up on it or something. But it is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Is it like a thread is untied from his jersey around it or something? It's bizarre.
I don't know.
Master, don't leave me.
When I saw this, I was like, "All right, we've got to take a look at this because that is not normal."
Supernatural stick.
Yeah,
Master, don't leave me, Master. That is bizarre.
Yeah, freakiest thing I've ever seen happen that way. I mean,
yeah. Now Mars Monkey Max is mentioning a commercial where there's a bunch of hockey players beaten by a new player. At the end, the player takes off the helmet and it's a hot girl. I don't think we've got that, but by God, I'm going to find it.
I've not seen that one, so yeah.
No, but
we can look for that.
Yeah, definitely going to look for that. Oh yeah, so here's
what he's upset at.
Let me just pause this and I'll get it.
Get it loaded up.
Get it loaded up. Where's my... oh, here we go. So this is Chris Letang, absolutely... And I didn't realize he had such good hair. Absolutely pounding and grounding somebody.
Oh, the extra thumb to the nose. But here's what he's upset at. Oh, the extra thumb to the nose. But here's what he's upset at. Oh, the extra thumb to the nose.
So
they were not happy with each other in the penalty box either after that.
No, I'll bet
they kept
they were not.
jawing for quite a while.
I did see some complaints about Letang that perhaps, the guy's helmet's off and your gloves are still on. And he's on the ground and you're punching him in the face when he's on the ground already,
Well, once you're down on the ground, you're not supposed to be throwing punches. That's kind of an understood thing.
Yeah, so not a lot of people happy with Letang about that one.
Yeah.
Some people say he's always been dirty. I'm not sure about that, but gutless. Yeah, no, it wasn't a good one. Smash Mouth hockey.
AEW hockey.
Indeed. Oh, yeah, so we got a couple more we'll play.
Yeah.
So let
I got
me...
one ready when
it's a GIF. I can get a GIF to go larger. I don't know if you can get GIFs to go larger.
I don't think so.
This
I
is
think they're locked at this
Borje
size.
Sarming, who obviously passed away not that long ago. Number 21 for Toronto. And this is a save he makes.
Okay.
Flat out save.
Stick save?
Stick save, flat out. Pulls it out of the air.
In 1901.
And away comes Quebec. That's trouble. Beautiful move. Sackett, short-handed. Shoots, score!
Kind of puts Eller's goal in perspective, I think.
Yeah. And away comes Quebec. That's trouble. Beautiful move. Sackett, short-handed. Shoots, score!
And that had to be 93, 94 or 94, 95?
Oh, somewhere around that, I think. Yeah. What a beauty, though.
Well, it's still the Nordiques.
Yep.
And away comes Quebec. That's trouble.
I love the way he lifts his stick over the guy when he goes round him. It's just beautiful. Somebody says it was maybe Mark Howie unraveled, but that is a nice one. Bring back the Nordiques.
Since we've laughed about the Edmonton woes a little bit, did you guys see the warm-ups for them yesterday?
Didn't see this.
Edmonton Oilers.
Oh,
man. Slipping and sliding all over
ballet.
Yeah, that's not all of it. Watch this guy.
Taking a puck to the head.
Oh!
In warm-up shots, he takes a puck to his own face that he shot.
Did it come off the crossbar?
It came off the crossbar and hit him back in the face. It sums up the Edmonton season so far.
You must
in
admit,
warm-ups, you get injured by the puck hitting the bar.
You gotta admit, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It's accurate shooting.
It sums it up pretty good.
The Edmonton Oilers can do gooder things than anyone else.
Yep.
That's a good one. They're cursed. Yeah, well, I guess that's what happens when you spend all your money in two players.
Oh, didn't mean to play the sound. Sorry. I was trying to get it set up, but it's I forgot. I'm already active.
Whatever happened to Gritty?
Here's Gritty throwing sheet cakes.
Oh, wow. Whatever happened to Gritty?
I would think that would hurt.
That would hurt, yeah. If they're made with sheetrock, it would. Oh, he took that one well. Flyers fans know how to take cream in the face.
He's flinging those things pretty freaking hard.
Oh god, yeah. Take an eye out.
Gritty may be the funniest mascot though.
Yeah, they certainly made
He's very much a level of insane.
They've done a great job. Oh, I had a draft and I've lost it now. Shit. I had a clip somebody had filmed at the Stars game. One of my friends of showing some outrageous Vegas cross-checking, but I'll have to figure out where I put it. But yeah, they've done their best with Gritty to really turn it, because mascots are mascots.
Yeah.
But to make him stand above the others, which is, I have to admire them for that.
Yeah, I hate our mascot. That stupid dog doesn't even look like a dog and does nothing during the game but bang on a freaking cowbell, and not in the good way.
So you don't want more cowbell?
Not from them.
What you
definitely don't want any more cowbell from Bernie, that freaking dog. He has no tail.
That's the one. Good one, yeah. So, yeah, I wish I could. I'm going to see if I can find that video of my friend sent me. Oh, I know where I put it. Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
It's kind of nice because it's nice to see a clip from ice level that someone's filmed, and just showing some of the shenanigans that go on. So let me share. Well, first of all, I'll get the right screen. This takes me so long. Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at any other Twitter clips that we haven't covered.
I've got a couple, but yeah. So this was a friend of mine that's got a really good season ticket in Dallas.
A couple of Swedish twins. Swedish twins? I thought that was just a myth. Like Bigfoot. This is gonna be awesome. They're here. There they are, Swedish twins.
How do we do this stuff?
Couple of cross.
Back here, yeah, there was a couple of big cross checks there that got mysteriously ignored, but you could see them quite clearly from that ice level.
Yep.
Yeah, I do have a couple more Twitter clips before we wrap it up.
Okay.
Let me just. I just wanted to shout out to Andy Moog, who. Jesus. How do you do this stuff? Well, there it is. Andy Moog played with a few teams, one of them being the Stars, that diagnosed recently with cancer.
Diagnosed with cancer,
Yeah, so good luck, Andy, fighting that. 3-time Stanley Cup winner, I think, with the Oilers, if I'm right in saying. But then ended up with the Stars eventually, so good luck to him. They didn't say what
type of cancer
it was, but anyway, they're all bad, and good luck to you, Andy.
Yes. Cheers.
Yes, cheers, Andy. I mean, one of the winningest goalies around, so.
Tina's asking who our favorite teams are. So mine's the Avalanche, and Brian's is on the screen right now.
Mine is the Dallas Stars. Although my jersey tonight is a Kamloops Blazers jersey, which I got because Logan Stankoven, who's now a Stars player, was the captain at the time, and I was living in that town, and so I could see those games regularly. And I much as you would hate this, I do have a soft spot for a couple of other teams. One of them being the Red Wings.
The Red Wings. Disgusting.
Ooh, revolting.
The Red Wings are turning the freaking frogs gay.
And then I think I got one last clip, which I'll play, and it's
Go at it now.
I got to pause this and then
Yeah, I had
do
this
the
one bookmarked
transition.
too.
Oh, you had to. Yeah. So let me get that sorted out with the old. Oh, we're on screen anyway.
Yeah, we're good.
So this is back in 1978. It is O'Reilly versus Mel Bridgman, and not that familiar with either of them, but here we go.
But it's a big tilt.
O'Reilly throws the punch. Bridgman coming back with some hard right. And Bridgman wrestles O'Reilly down. O'Reilly
energetic.
We're not
I would
done.
say. Energetic.
O'Reilly gets up now.
Very spunky.
Yeah, usually when you go down to the ice, it's over. No,
That's right. They're back
fought
up.
their way back up.
And there's something going on elsewhere as well. Yeah, there you go. There's another one going on somewhere.
There's a lot of dance partners.
Get the left free. Still going. Oh, he caught him with the left. He caught
the left cross right across the jaw.
O'Reilly finally caught
I think that's the end of it. Almost.
Throws another one. And incredible, O'Reilly.
And we're done.
And again, sheer exhaustion brings it to a close.
Yep.
Classic 78 fight where what I loved is the fact there's other things going on in the ice. You just can't see them there.
Yeah, that's why the linesmen aren't involved.
So O'Reilly's nickname must have been Taz, the Tasmanian Devil. So they keep calling him Taz, but I can see why. The uppercut at 16 was a bomb, yeah. But anyway, that was the last of the clips I'd saved for tonight. So what's the scores in the current games, sir, that are going on?
37 seconds left in the Avs. Avs are still up 3-1. Empty net right now. And penalty on Calgary. They just tripped us while we were shooting at the empty net. So the shot never got off, but we're going on the power play with 29 seconds left.
Somehow I think that game is over.
I believe so.
The
but yeah,
Coyotes beat the Knights 2-0.
2-0. So 0-0 became 2-0. I'm betting that was a score and then an empty netter.
Two goals in the third, so one of them's probably an empty netter. It doesn't say who the scorers are on ESPN.
Keller and Krause.
Keller and Krause. Krause is a good player.
Sharks are still up 4-3. Minute 32 left in the third, and it's showing a 6-on-5. So empty net.
Empty net. Come on, go Sharks. Go
Typically,
Sharks,
they call that empty net, not 6-on-5.
Yeah.
It's a weird way of putting it.
Yeah. Apologies to TZ Burton, but go Sharks. And I guess the Flames, as you say, is as close to done as it could be. Great.
Yeah,
well,
it's 0 seconds now, so it is over. Avs win.
So Avs are now clear at the top of the Central.
Correct.
So, sir, what's coming up for the Avs this week?
This week, I haven't looked at the next week. Let's have a look.
Let's take a look. Yeah.
We just did back-to-back. We play Monday against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
They're not playing too badly right now.
No. And then Thursday, we get a long break to Thursday against the Arizona Coyotes.
Yep.
And then Saturday, we've got the Ducks, also at 8 p.m. So it'll be me having to watch the game during the show.
Sucker. Suckers.
I swear, hockey games just keep getting later and later.
They do. Some of them. I've had some really weird ones. They're like in Mountain Time. They've started like at 9:30 or.
I think it's ESPN and TNT. The league is scheduling around the TV rather than the TV scheduling around the league.
Some real ridiculous shit going on.
Yeah. How about the Stars? What do you guys got coming up?
So Stars have got. They're coming up to Canada. They've got the Jets, I think, on Monday, which is a critical game, obviously, given the way the
standings-wise, yeah.
Standings-wise, I think that's on Monday, 28th. 25, no, Tuesday? Is that Tuesday? 26. It's Tuesday. My beg your pardon, Tuesday, 28th.
Okay.
And then the next game is on the 30th in Calgary. I was thinking of going to that, although a number of factors might decide I don't go. given my back and stuff like that. So, and the difficulties of getting to that arena.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the closest I'll get to seeing this. It's the closest arena to me, so I might go and see that
Right.
Thursday night, and then December 2nd,
Saturday.
It's Saturday is Tampa Bay, so in Dallas, though, I think so.
But you get a noon game, whereas I've got the 8
Noon.
o'clock game.
Oh, noon Mountain Time. Oh God, barely out of bed by then.
I was going to bring up one other weird thing that happened this week. It actually happened in the NBA, and it's something that would absolutely never happen in hockey.
Yeah.
Greg Popovich grabs the mic after a free throw and announces to the arena to stop booing the other team's players.
Oh, jeez. Really?
It's like, what the hell? Who the hell do you think you are, first off?
I know.
They're the ones that are paying. I mean, that's the people in the seats that bought the tickets.
It's part of the fun.
Who tells your own crowd you can't boo players on the other team? And he's upset because Kawhi Leonard used to play for him. But it's like, so what? That is absolutely retarded.
It's garbage. Yeah, total garbage. What is he thinking?
Yeah. And to do an announcement over that would be like the guy in the arena at hockey, the coach going across the ice to the goal announcer guy, taking that mic and making a arena-wide announcement in the middle of the game.
Yeah, Colorado fans, stop booing the Red Wings players.
Yeah. Don't say Red Wings suck.
No, you've got that clip, haven't you? Or are you going to...
Which one? Of him doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the clip. I can play it. Let me grab it and...
Let's just stick it up there for a minute.
It's just so stupid. And we don't really touch the NBA, but this one just bugged me because we get all kinds of clips now from our Twitter feeds that are kind of because we search all these sports clips that we get some of this crap thrown in.
Excuse me for a second.
Pops on the mic.
Stop all the booing and let these guys play. It's got no class. It's not who we are. Knock off the booing.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
That didn't go down too well.
I'm telling the fans to lay off Kawhi Leonard, but that's not San Antonio.
Well, I don't believe I've ever seen that.
I've never, ever seen that. I mean, I can understand it.
How much hubris do you have to go over and get on the mic and tell your own crowd to shut up?
He's made himself a lot of enemies there, I'm sure, then doing that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will be, fuck you.
Exactly.
Why can't we all get along? Oh, no, I mean, if they're throwing things or something, yeah, but no, it's just booing.
Yeah,
hey, if I've paid $150 or $200 to get into a game, if I want to boo, I'll boo.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, good. That was an interesting clip. I'd never seen. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No.
Ever.
I mean, I've seen, a coach go off, not grab the mic, but go off about fans being unruly and throwing stuff on the ice or onto the court, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And that should be called out because there's no place for that. But booing, grow up.
How dare you? That's the age we live in, though, isn't it? I mean,
it really is. And that's definitely the NBA. I mean, that is a league of pussies at this point.
Oh, terrible. Blowing them when they fall over.
Yeah.
You said something nasty about me on social media. I'm going to get you banned forever. Don't you know how
I can't remember when it happened, Sumo. It was definitely within the last week because we only do the show, once a week. So we grab things from across the week. So it's showing that it was the 22nd. So
Keely says
earlier this week.
They'll be talking about that on Sports Wars and various other shows, I imagine, too. But we talked about it first. Just remember that.
Yeah. You guys make sure Ryan knows.
Right. Well, at that point, I think it's time to wind it up a bit. But thank you, everyone, for being here on all the different streams. We appreciate it.
Thank you for adjusting to the new time because we're only an hour after we normally start at this point that we're going to be ending. and we started 45 minutes early. So
And I hope
we
you
actually
all
went
like it.
longer than the hour and a half.
We did.
But we're ending only an hour after our old normal start time. So thanks for coming out earlier.
Yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed the earlier start time. Don't hear any.
There's more people still awake.
I hear no complaints. And even if you did complain, no booing allowed.
Yeah.
I've got the microphone. No booing allowed.
Sumo says he sent a super chat earlier. In which place, Sumo?
Oh, he did. Oh my! I'm so sorry. You did, Sumo. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. I'm sorry because I don't know how to highlight it.
It was on one of yours?
Yes. Hang on. I don't know quite how to highlight it.
Well,
because this is not my thing. It's just a few minutes ago.
Okay. I'll find it real quick. And
sorry, Sumo. Beg your pardon. We're doing this EV Mux thing now, and
so we're trying to highlight all of the chats, which we're using a weird thing to do it.
Sumo, I really appreciate it, mate. It's
$2
$2 super chat, yeah. I don't know how
but it's not highlighting.
I don't know how we throw
it says it's highlighting. Let me try to go. Oh, because we're on the wrong thing. Let me go here, and there you go. $2 super chat. All women's sports should be lingerie.
I agree. I mean, topless darts is also pretty good as a women's sport. I enjoy topless darts.
The lingerie football league is interesting to watch every now and then.
I didn't see that on the screen there, though. I didn't actually see that on the screen.
You didn't see the thing?
No. Did you guys see that highlighted?
Okay, let's transition again. There. You see it now?
Now I see it. Yeah, I didn't see it before.
Okay.
Oops.
It keeps trying to take it off because it highlights if somebody else chats.
Thank you to Sumo.
But it's highlighted there.
I used to play video clips for people who would super chat me, but I don't know where they are on the VMUX. Where's the video clips?
And we could do another commercial for it.
Let's do a commercial.
So let me load one up real quick.
We'll play a final commercial, but Sumo, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
What's Brad Marchand doing here? Could use the help. Since we opened these hockey outlet stores, business is booming. I was looking for some hours, so I thought I'd try him around the store.
Yeah, big dome, eh?
No. Hey, Brad. Maybe cashier's more your thing.
So if I find this anywhere else for a lower price, you'll refund me the difference? That's a pure hockey low price guarantee.
I got this, Fred.
Why don't you take a break?
Yeah, good move. What do you got?
Yeah.
What's up, fellas?
It's a pass. Face. Don't drink.
Good night. Take care. Good night. Take care.
Good job.
Good night. Take care.
Great job.
Good night. All right. Great job.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Can't stand the guy, but it's a funny commercial.
It is. I can't. Nobody can stand him, and yet he's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Sumo, and thank you everybody for being here.
And
what have we got coming up?
Howdy to you. Sorry, we're in the middle of closing out, but howdy to you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you got here for the best bit, which is the end, the bit that people love the most.
Yeah.
when the pain is over. It's like going to the dentist. When you leave the dentist, the pain stops.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up for us, well, we're both, I'm assuming, going to be tomorrow on the shit list.
I'm not. I'm going to be on culture, but I'm not going to make that one. I didn't have a list that I could come up with. There are movies, but it would just be repeating the same thing that everybody else said. So it's kind of like,
that was the bit that worried me because I thought, well, there's 4 I'm always going to have. The 5th one's the only variable. But anyway, Midnight's Edge After Dark tomorrow, I think 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Shit list. We're doing Kurt Russell movies. Culture After Dark, which will start at whatever time Culture decides it's going to start.
Either 8:30, 9:30, or not.
And then we'll inevitably take an hour to finish.
Uh-huh.
We'll both be on that. Mars Monkey Mike says, I'm always in someone's shit list. Well, we're all in somebody's shit list, trust me. As for me, beyond that, Monday on that 70s Rock Fan channel, we're doing our monthly Canon Film Club edition, and we're going to do the Delta Force, which I didn't realize when I picked that as the next Canon Film Club may be seen as slightly controversial given current events, given its subject matter. But we're going to treat it like any other action movie. So that should be a lot of fun. I've been prepping clips for that all day of Chuck doing Chuck Norris things. It's going to be super.
Cool.
Yeah, and then Monday night will be Monday Night Meltdown, Comics Division, and then the week will unfold as it will.
Yeah. I may actually fire up another Lies of P gameplay stream later tonight, maybe in an hour. I was also maybe going to go join Snowdub and Punkwaddle playing some Mario Kart. I think they're doing that right now.
You can't do both.
I know. I'm trying to decide which, because I said I was going to try to beat that game over the holiday weekend, and I did 7 hours yesterday on stream.
Yeah.
Didn't get to do any today, and I don't know that I've got a whole bunch of time tomorrow between church and the night shows, so I may have to do 2 or 3 hours tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on with Snowdub, but tomorrow, like Brian said, we've got the usual shows. Monday Night Meltdown. Wednesday, we are pushing the Christian panel to December 6th for Screw Tape Letters.
Okay.
So that's going to December 6th. But as usual on Wednesday, I've got the Yelling at Parked Cars Rumble exclusive for Comics Division. And then, well, Snowdub, last week I told you I wanted to play some Mario Kart against you. And you said you guys don't finish early enough, but now we're finishing. So
I usually finish pretty quickly. I finish pretty quickly, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we've got Yelling at Parked Cars, and then the midweek hump after show at like 11 p.m. on Saturday or on Wednesday night on the Shagsworth channel. So, and then Thursday night throwdown. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole week of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, Snowdub says we'll do it next week. So I guess I'll probably be firing up Eliza P stream here in about 30, 40 minutes or so.
So if you're not already there, head to, it's on both YouTube and Rumble, yeah?
I'll have it on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, all of it
head over
in
to
about 30, 40 minutes.
Any of Brahma's channels, and he'll be playing Life of P. Lies of P.
It's Dark Souls,
Lies of Pi,
Pinocchio.
Yeah, I'm going to get it, but I'm waiting for the sale. The Black Friday sale wasn't good enough on Steam.
Do you have the Game Pass? The Xbox Game Pass?
No, I don't know. I'm a PC guy.
Well, I play it on PC. The Xbox Game Pass works on
how much
PC
is the
because of
Xbox
Microsoft. I don't know, but if you're getting to play, that's a $60 game that you're getting for free on day of. I
may think about that.
I think it's like $9.99 a month or something like that.
I usually wait for games to just be cut in half on Steam and then I buy them.
Yeah. That's one way of doing it.
Your point of view, I used to have an Xbox account years ago when I had an Xbox, and then I went to more PlayStation, then now I'm PC. So, but I could get the X Pass, the Xbox one.
Well, and we also got little Chad. We got him to buy a new PC last night so that he can actually play video games.
Oh, bless.
So, little Chad, Grant, Mad, me, Slender Dad, we're going to start doing some Party Animals streams every now and then, and probably bring in some special guests because I know there's a ton of people playing Party Animals right now. So
it's not Party Animals means a very different thing to me.
Yeah, I know, but this one gets the tempers flaring. It's fun.
Cool.
The chat has been loving the Party Animals streams that we've seen, and and I'll be on Horny Elves tomorrow after Culture playing Party Animals. So.
All right, nice. Well,
I just keep adding crap. I never take away any crap.
Do you actually have a life outside of your garage?
Yeah, I have a whole job that's from 8:30 to 5, and then
Holy shit.
right now Tuesday's the only night I've got empty. Every other night I'm streaming till like 2:00 in the morning.
Cool. Well, go check out Brahma playing some games later. Don't check me out because I'll be in bed because I'm old. So, But anyway, it's been a laugh. It's been real, man. It's been real. And like you, Brahma, are like my Daryl Hall to my John Oates.
So the restraining order is incoming?
It's restraining order is in place. All right, it's been
a weird situation.
I know, fuck, it's so weird. And yeah, I've loved all the notes for decades. It's so sad. I mean, I know they've fallen out before, but a restraining order. I mean, John Oates is comics division sized. So come on. I mean, that's Daryl Hall's a lot taller, but clearly John Oates is vicious.
He's a man eater.
He's a man eater. See, it isn't so. They must have lost that loving feeling. That's the problem. Right.
All right.
It's
Good
been
night,
real.
everybody. We'll see
Good
you
night,
next week.
everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.